If you're watching this right now, you're about to get access to the exact system that I and my clients use to get to 30K a month from our personal brand. This masterclass, people paid a lot of money to sit in this room, and you will get it for free. But before we jump in, let me set the stage, because even if you just skip a few minutes of this could be your missing piece. So make sure to watch the full video. Because with those exact strategies I'm talking about today, I scaled an info product to 100K a month, my own personal brand to 22K followers, millions of views, and now living in Bali making 30K a month. And the craziest thing is this strategy even got attention from Iman Ghazi. He liked my post, his team reached out and offered a collab. Also, I got invited to a podcast with over 2 million subscribers. But more importantly, I quit all my clients and now having my personal brand as my full-time income. So this isn't theory, this is a well-proven system that works whether you have 3K or 100K followers. Because I know how it is, you're posting consistently, getting engagement, going viral sometimes. You don't even know what to sell in order to make a real freedom business out of it. I was in the same situation, so I exactly know how it feels. Meanwhile, you see other people with smaller followings already making 10K, 20K, 30K and more, but even though they have worse content and less followers. So here's the truth, and this is also what the whole masterclass is about. You don't have a content problem, you have a system problem. The creators really making money aren't the ones who are depending on the algorithm or going viral. They are the ones with the system that turns attention into actual revenue. So in the next 60 minutes, I'll walk you through the exact 4-step ecosystem that I used. Alright, so now let's dive into it.
The system that I'm telling you about today is just the subconscious pre-selling method that leads to 6-figure creators because it doesn't seem so salesy. I think most of us guys don't want to be the guru who's telling you, yo, I can scale your business 100x in the first day and stuff like this. So we want to have an invisible system and this, like that we don't seem like a guru and we just seem like a chill, genuine guy that people want to work with. So everything we're talking about today is basically an invisible sales system, so you don't seem like the next guru. So first of all, I want to know, why are you actually here today? So who's here because at some point I reached out to them? Maybe raise your hand. Okay. You reach out, You just bought randomly? Bro, it was yesterday night. I wanted to go sleep and I see just a confirmation of like, yeah, you got $590. I was like, hey, like it's sold out. You can't join. What the fuck? What's wrong? What's happening? And you didn't even text me, and I need to search your name. And we texted, and it was almost same day, like today.
No, I did. But like I didn't get back from you, and I was like, okay.
Yeah, but that's great. And this is what I want to go in today, that you can have this effect that people just buy your products somehow. Yeah, let's get into that. But yeah, that's nice. And for you, I think I reached out, right?
Might be, yes.
Yeah. And for you?
David, yeah, actually.
Right. Yeah, I remember. For you?
I reached out.
You reached out?
Yeah.
Okay. For you?
I think I reached out too.
Okay.
I think I reached out too.
Okay.
I saw you in Bali.
Okay.
And
And Naki, right?
Yeah.
And for you?
I reached out.
Okay, nice. So we have a lot of inbound leads, which is the best case, but we won't get this always. So this is why we're also talking about warm outbound today. So I'm reaching out to you guys. And as you see, it's working. So I think 4 guys or something, I kind of reached out to them and now they're here. So, and who's here because at some point you saw a YouTube video which convinced you? You? Okay. Maybe Mona, tell me about your thought process behind that. Because also a funny story.
yeah, like I think I saw like Maya posting the mastermind, and then I went on the post, and then I saw your profile, and I immediately clicked on the YouTube link, and I watched the YouTube video. It was like 10 minutes, and like everything he said was like exactly my situation. Like in every single word, I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like this is my pain point. And then you showed like what you already did, and I'm like, wow, that's exactly where I want to go. So like I booked the call, and like I think like the next day I like bought it.
It's crazy. 24 hours or something?
Yes.
After she saw me for the first time, she bought a high-ticket product. Guys, this is like, you can't do this anything else. Like you need to have a personal brand to get this effect. And as she's already said, like I told everything that she was the situation in, and maybe I even understood you more than you did. And this is the goal that we all want to have, and we're talking about today.
I would say lifestyle. I think I bought because you understood my situation exactly.
Credibility, okay.
I understand you, and you understand maybe some situations of mine. The reason I'm here, what I would say is your values.
I would probably say the story, because it's, for me, it's the same.
It's also the story, because it was like completely relatable. I would say why I joined is relatability.
I saw you in a coffee here in Bali, and
You stalked me. You didn't even talk to me.
And I started following you. So I followed you, and then I saw you in the coffee in Bali, and I was
Okay.
I know him. So I have kind of a thing that I think you have a good network.
This is actually what I'm telling you about today, because I'm never guessing. Like, I'm never guessing, okay, maybe you guys want to learn about this, maybe about this. Because then, for example, I make a slideshow and I talk only about, I don't know, how to stop working with clients or how you can get a high-ticket client, and you guys sitting here and thinking like, bro, I want to scale my personal brand. Like, what he's talking about. So this is the main, like when you guys go away home today, I want to that you take this with you, that you need to nail your data and your positioning. This is the most important thing, because otherwise you're always guessing. So everything we're talking about today is somehow related to facts and data that you don't need to guess anymore. Some people thinking you just need more reach. I think 2 people said this, or somehow it's always included. And this is also about my story, how I started. I just thought, I just want to scale a personal brand. Like, I don't have any plan with it. I just want to be cool and have reach and make connections and all that kind of stuff. So I just started posting for years, but I never really posted consistently because I didn't have a strong why behind that. And the reality, at some point, I blew up. I had videos with 7 million views, 5 million views, 2 million views, all over again. Like, I could have just repeated this cycle all over again. But the result was I almost made no money out of it, like not a single dollar out of this reach. And this was never the goal, so I was fine. But at some point I asked myself, like, why am I even doing this? When, like, I literally have myself as a client and working a lot for my personal brand for free. Like, there needs to be something out of it. And my mission, as I told you, is like to get like the movement and share values, help people. And also, of course, at the end of the day, every one of us wants to make money. But also, I think every one of us here, we don't just want to make money to buy nice watches. Like, no one's wearing a nice watch here, I think. Okay. No, but it's cool. But this is just, the thing is, the end goal is not only the money. The end goal is to buy something out of the money. For example, freedom. For example, that you see this as a sign that you reach something. So if you have a strong why even behind buying a watch or something, that's great. But the point that I want to make here is that it's really important that you think like why you're doing it. Okay, maybe you're doing it because of money, that's always in the first place. But what do you want to do with the money? And for me, it was money can buy me freedom. I can be in a nice villa, I can go more risk, like for this mastermind. I didn't know if anyone will buy it. Like I didn't know. I just posted the story, throw myself into the cold water and hope like people are here. And somehow it's always working out, as you see. And also, like, it's a sign that, for example, you bought like yesterday, like literally today. This is just a sign of life for me again. That like, okay, if you go full risk, then this is like the last sign of your, bro, you did the right choice. And yeah, that's also the main thing. I would say, this is the main thing that I'm always trying to do, is be extremely actionable and just go full risk and just do things. Don't think. I mean, I overthink a lot. But I still execute. That's the most important part. But to get back to the viral trap that I was in, I got a lot of followers. And first I felt like the man, I felt cool. I had 10K in a week or something. And it was always the goal to make 10K followers. And then I had it. And first it was so cool. And a lot of people texted me and I felt so great. But the problem is, at some point that I realized, is it's the biggest lie that you need more reach. Why? Because if you make viral videos, you speak to everyone. Because obviously, when you want to get the most amount of reach, you want to reach the most amount of people, you need to maximize the people you're reaching, so the interests you're talking about. Because obviously, more people are interested in, for example, Bali, than people are interested in entrepreneurship in Bali, for example. So you might think, okay, I need to, like when you go viral, you need to go broader, that you reach more people. But when you go broader, you speak to everyone. But when you speak to everyone, you speak to no one. I think every one of us has heard this before. So the wrong audience is just not equaling revenue. And that's a big problem because you have all those followers and you feel like, okay, there's literally money. There are 22K followers that want something out of me. They're even texting you. Like I think it was the same for Mona. Like people are texting you like, okay, do you have an offer and stuff? And also for Maya, for example, so many people texting them and they don't know, like, okay, they know there's a lot of money in their audience and this will lead to freedom, but they don't know how to do it. And that was the same situation for me. Because you see so much potential and you think, okay, I need to use this now. And what I thought then is, okay, I will do digital products, do a freebie, all this kind of stuff. I thought, okay, because actually the thing is, I didn't really believe in myself too much. I didn't believe that I can charge 5K, 10K for my offer. Because I thought, who am I to teach people to charge this a lot of money that I'm making in a month from working a lot? Like, who am I to charge this? So the first process was, okay, I make a low ticket product, 30 euro community, get some freebies out, stuff like that. But actually this is not really good because when you have a low ticket product, there are many problems. First of all, the cash flow thing. It's really difficult to really build a business out of it. It's not wrong to do digital products, no question. But if you really want to build a freedom business out of it, you need so many clients. I think it's 500 clients a month for 30 euro that you reach 30K. And even if you just want to reach 10K, it's still, I don't know, I'm not good at math. I just like the worst grade, but 200 or something. So you need a lot of clients. And obviously, it's easier to get those clients because it's low ticket. But we're coming to the next problem. If you have a low ticket product, obviously you can't give them so much support, which means they won't have a great transformation out of it because there are many people in it. You can't really give them a lot of stuff because they're not giving you a lot of money. And this is a problem because in the long term, you can make money with it, no question. But in the long term, people won't have results. They're canceling the community. You have bad repetition, and you can't really scale your business too much. I mean, you can go for digital products and go maximum viral, but I think every one of us here isn't here to make quick cash. We want to build a real freedom business with people that value you. And this is also a big important part why digital products, like low price products, I wouldn't recommend you guys to do those as a main focus because I also have crazy many stories for that. Just real quick, there was one client of mine, she had one product which was high ticket for 8,000 euro for 2 months of one-on-one coaching. And she had a 30 euro community where she just gave some live calls and community stuff, freebies, things like that. And in the same week, there were two situations. First, she had this client which paid 8,000 euro for fitness coaching. She wasn't even fat. She was just like, just wanted to have a six pack, I don't know. And she paid 8K for 8 weeks. Like every week she paid 1K for just fucking fitness. And she told my client, like the coach, the coach asked, okay, please like text me more. I want to see how you are. I want to support you. And you know what the client said? She said, yeah, but I know you have, your time is valuable. You have a lot of stuff to do. I don't want to annoy you. Bro, you're paying 8K for 8 weeks and you don't want to annoy someone? But I know this feeling. But this is because you value the person. You have respect. And in the same week, there was happening something which is the complete opposite. We had a 30 euro product and a random, probably fat woman just bought into that. And then thought like, yeah, like there's no support and no, this is stupid. And I paid 30 euro. Like for her, it's a lot. It's just like a fitness membership. It's a lot for some people. And like at the same time, she fucked up the whole community. There was such a bad vibe in it. And I can tell you it's not the only case. There are many, many people that like if you don't pay much, then that means you probably don't have that much. So you want to get everything out of it. So, and people that pay a high ticket price, they value you, they know that they need to invest, and they have respect. And this is the most important part. But as I told you, I just didn't feel ready because I thought I'm not worth it. And this is the part where Naki will speak a lot about it because you also helped me a lot for that. I still remember just a random guy asked me, yo, can you coach? And I said, okay, maybe I take like 500 euro or something. You said, bro, just say 2K. And I was like, bro, 2K? Like, normally I work 3 days very hard for that. What? I don't know.
I actually said 5K.
Yeah, right. You said 5K, and they was like, bro, okay, minimum 2K, but that's even that is much. And I pitched him. He didn't buy, but that's good because I wasn't ready. And now I'm charging 5K for a ticket, and people, I don't even need to sell somebody. And this shift is insane. And as you said, it's mostly because people just, it's not about that I got better. I probably was maybe a little bit, of course, but it was more inside of me. But Naki will go more into that, and this was the biggest shift. But if we go more into content side, we can continue. So what are you guys thinking? Is someone does want to do high ticket, low ticket? Yeah.
Yeah, the digital product I was going to launch with the school community, I wasn't sure about the pricing, but I wanted to go for low ticket. I also thought about doing it high ticket and more one-on-one with people, but then I had the thing in my mind that then I would have to have calls with them all the time, and with the time shift, because I mainly have German clients, then traveling is an important thing for me, then I wouldn't be free in that, in that part with the calls and everything. So yeah, I thought a lot about this, but I think I wanted to go with low ticket. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, because you want to have freedom and don't want to sit on one-on-one calls all the time, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, do you think you will have freedom if you have maybe you make 3K out of it? That means you have 30 euro, right?
Yeah, for example.
So you need to have 100, right? People in there?
Yes.
That means you have 3K, which is okay. So, and you think if 100 people want something out of you, do you think you have freedom? Just like a question.
Depends on how good the back end of the school
Of course.
community and everything is.
Yeah.
But yeah, of course, a lot of people ask questions there and everything. It still works, but for me the important thing is personally that I can work whenever I want.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought with a low ticket community I can answer questions and everything whenever I want and don't have to be in a call with them at a specific time and set up a good location to have a call and stuff like that.
I get it, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this important point, we will go into that later, how we can scale and still have freedom. But I really like that you thought like that you thought not, okay, I will make the most of money with that, but you thought, okay, what's my dream business, what's my values? So this is really good, and I don't say it's wrong, no, don't get me wrong, it still works, but if we think long term, it makes sense maybe to add high ticket,
Yeah.
but we will go into that later. But the most important part, also, some people are doing low ticket very successful, but what they're doing is they just have a very big audience, and mostly also young people. So they go maximum into virality, and they have a lot of young people which can't afford high ticket. So it makes sense for them to do it because they are maximum viral and their audience can't afford higher tickets. So it makes sense, and they still make a lot of money out of that. So I'm not saying it's wrong, but I will tell you today how it's the easiest way to start doing the whole high ticket stuff, because this is way easier also to set up for a month a community.
And yeah, maybe one thing I wanted to add to this, I'm also very bad at sales, and I thought that a low ticket community, I just posted on my IG story and people join.
Mm-hmm.
And with high tickets, yeah, that's a big problem for me. Also in the past, I tried a couple of business models already in the online space, and sales was always a thing I was really bad at.
Okay, that's cool. Because the good thing is, what I can tell you, you don't need to be good at sales. Because the whole system is because we don't want to be a salesperson. We want to be a content creator, create content, do our passion things, and that people already get pre-sold before they talk to us. Of course, you need some sales skills, but the main part, and I will tell you some very, very good things you can do there, is that you pre-sell them before the call. I will get into that, how we can do it. And the first part is to, like the main game changer, as I told you, is to have one ICP, one ideal client profile. Like you're talking to one person, to one client. And you see it right here. Everyone is wearing mostly just like a chill shirt, nothing crazy, no crazy brands on it or something. Everyone's chill, has the same values, you all value freedom, which means you see my content somehow yeah, there was a lot of my values into that, like freedom and this kind of stuff. So I attract people that are valuing freedom. And if I would just make videos about Bali in general, there were many people who doesn't even have a business and all that kind of stuff, and I wouldn't be able to do this. Like no one would buy this mastermind if I would just be a random Bali guy who's just filming Bali. So the main important part is really HCP over everyone and data and facts over guesses. Okay, how do I really collect data? So what I do is, first of all, I record every single call of mine. I have a note taker in there, and I'm recording my sales calls and my coaching calls. Because then I have a transcript there, like there's a Fathom note taker, you can download this, and then you have a transcript and can use all the transcripts and see the same patterns.
Like on the first call with someone, you record it instantly and transcribe it?
Yeah, there's like a note taker bot who's already joining you, like he's always joining you, and he's just recording, doing a transcript, everything.
And what do you say to the prospect? Like?
Nothing, they don't mind.
Okay. So you don't even like talk on it?
No, they don't mind. It's only in your head probably.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the first thing, because what we can do there, I'm also using a lot of simple AI systems, but what we can do there is we see the patterns. Like also now this data, I will make a photo out of it, and like if you guys telling me, okay, you like my editing quality, I will do even like I will improve my editing quality even more. If you say you like my lifestyle, I will do a lot of lifestyle videos here in Bali. I will speak to your same, like I will be relatable to you guys. And everything you're telling me today, I will tell my story about that. I will put out more case studies. Also how you guys think the mastermind was, all this kind of stuff. Relatability again, I will share my values even more. I'm recording all those videos, and people see me even more authentic and my values and all this kind of stuff. So everything that you guys telling me, I will just double down on that. Because this is like facts why you guys are sitting here and paid money. And that means if I want to build my business, which necessarily you need money, that means I need to double down on that. So don't just guess what people want, really think of what are people telling you. So this is the first thing, I record my calls. Also, I have onboarding questions. Like as soon as someone is joining, I ask them, okay, why did you join? What was your thought process behind before the call? There are many coaches out there. Why did you join my program? And for example, like was there a weird or funny reason that you joined? Which content piece stood out the most? There are many questions that I ask, and then I get also this kind of information, even more in depth, and I can just double down on that. If many people are telling me, you see storytelling, relatability, lifestyle, it's all the kind of same stuff. So I will just double down on that and make even more videos like that. Because many people are telling you should do value videos, you should give a lot of value, and you can do it, it's depending, but you can't really compete with people like Alex Hormozi. So the thing that makes you different is always your personality, your story, your personality. And this is why I'm choosing this path instead of competing on value, on education. Yeah, and another thing that I'm using a lot is AI chatbots. So all the informations that I'm collecting, I do all those informations in my AI chatbot. I use Claude, and then I can ask everything. Sometimes I'm just chilling at the pool here in Bali and asking my AI chatbot, like, what do you think is the main leverage right now? Or what's the pattern that all my clients are saying? And also when you script content, he just knows everything. So it's really important that you work on facts. And the result is that your exact words are my content. So I just reverse engineer everything that's already working. So if you guys, also there's another thing, you guys think your missing piece is, for example, storytelling, messaging, authority, content efficiency, reach, and that's not wrong. But also a funny thing that I notice is many people are telling me, yo bro, I just want to scale my personal brand. And I know this is not like only the personal brand is not the missing piece. The missing piece is many different things, but people are telling me I want to build my personal brand. So I will use their words, and always my titles, my videos always start like, this is how my personal brand changed my life. Like I catch them with what they think they want, and then I go into what they really need. So for example, I could even, if a lot of people are telling me, yo, I want to go viral because then I can build my freedom business, then I would make videos about how to go viral in Bali or whatever. And even though I know that's not the solution, but then later in the video, I will explain you, as you guys right now, why being viral is not the solution. So any questions?
You said you're transcribing every call you have. What are you doing with the transcript? Are you like putting it into Claude as well?
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it always, to be honest, because it's still annoying. But anytime you need it, you can do it. Like if you're just consistent, you can like once a week set a reminder and put it in there. But it's more like when I really want to do something. For example, I was curious, okay, what should I tell you guys about in this mastermind? And then I put all my transcripts and asked them, okay, I'm doing a mastermind. Like, what patterns do you see? What things should I talk about? I also had this survey asking you guys what's the main bottleneck and stuff. So I used all this information, and as soon as I need something, I take this. So in the best case, you always do it, but you don't need to.
And what if you have a lot of different topics? So one of my clients is reaching out for me to do some workflows and structure things, and the other one is doing personal branding, and it's so different from the topic. So when I transcript it and put it into Claude, it's like, yeah, not similar.
Okay, so also your clients, they all are different?
Yeah, most of them, yeah.
Okay, do you think there are some clients that you like working the most, or that are that having the best results?
Yeah. So I only focus on that.
I would double down on that, because then they have results. That means you can show the results and you speak even more to one person. So it's not wrong what you're doing now, but I would just try to see which are the best performing clients, which are the people that are buying like most easy into it, and then doubling down on that. So what do you think is there for the most successful clients, or the most that like were very easy to sell to? Do you think there is a pattern in anything?
Yeah, I think I have to work it out more or less. So not now in the moment, but I think.
Yeah, but I would always look into the most successful clients, or the clients who paid very easily, and double down on that, because obviously the end result should be you're not selling to, like, you can sell to everyone, but if you really want to scale fast and great, then doubling down on that what really works the most. So yeah. Okay, and the result of that is also a bad thing, you might think. I got less reach. Like I used to have videos with millions of views, and my average was around 50K or something. And this was also a big ego thing. And I think also a lot of people of you here don't have a massive ego, which is very, very good, because like somehow everyone has an ego. And I thought, okay, now I have these views. If I post more specific content, and I tried it, my views went down. I felt like, bro, everyone will think now I'm not successful anymore, and all this kind of stuff. And I just realized, because I'm very self-reflective, that I just realized, okay, it's not even about me, it's about what other people think. Other people will see it and think you're not successful. Like, I don't care if I have less views, but other people will think I'm not successful. So it wasn't even about me. And I was very honest to me on that. So I just realized, fuck it, let's do it. And I got less reach, way less reach. Now I'm averaging, I don't know, like 5K views or something. But my revenue, bro, I had $0 before, and as I told you, like one YouTube video alone made 30K, which is just, I used to do that like 1 or 2 years ago in a whole year for working my ass off. So it's, yeah, you really need to focus on what you want to do.
Okay.
Yeah?
Sorry, circle back to the picking a niche thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what's your advice on, so for me, I have kind of so many different niche.
Let me tell you something about that, how I did it, because I also had 2 ICPs. Like this is the same situation. This is the same situation as you have right now. So I had coaches that already. Oh man, I'm creative, so I don't need to be structured. So coaches, they already had a coaching business, and I had somehow like freelancer. I don't like the word, but people that already have a service business. And I had 2 ICPs, and both were my clients. And the same as I told you, I just looked, okay, which clients are the most successful ones, because I want to have more of this, because this will mean my whole business is growing. So I had coaches that already have a coaching, and first my messaging was just like, yeah, I help you scale your coaching business, something like that. But then like someday, it was like late at night, I was just chilling on the couch, and I just realized like, wait, my story is like, I did a lot of service work, And also for my most successful clients, they all had some more service work. They did social media management. I was in videography. Another person did like fitness, personal training. And now they're having an online business and are not stuck in service work anymore. And this was like only one thought, which had such a butterfly effect, because with only this thing, I could double down so much and saw even more patterns. Like was opening a whole world to me. And now I also had 2 ICPs. So it's cool if you do it. I would just see also what's working the best. So you don't need to try at the beginning to focus on one if you don't know, but try to find out as soon as possible what's working the best, which ICP, you know? And this is also a big takeaway, that you should never try to convince people like, this is how you can scale and I'm the best, I'm telling you something now. I would rather say, I had the struggle, like be honest, be authentic. I had the struggle and I was stuck in client work. I felt so bad. I tried digital products, but I sucked. And now then I tried to do this and then I figured out this. And now I'm at that point, I'm living the dream life, blah, blah, blah. And so because then you're honest and people can relate to you. This is what you guys, this is just facts. Like I don't need to prove anything because you're seeing why you bought into and what I'm telling you right now.
There was a guy on YouTube who posted a few weeks ago who was running an e-commerce store and he was doing really bad. And he actually posted a YouTube video about how he was having to go back into work because he was running out of money. And that video blew up. He got hundreds of thousands of views and that led everyone to his store. So they started buying from his store because that video was relatable.
Yeah,
exactly.
Because there's so many personal brands out there, so many. And people don't buy into your value or your product, never. They buy into you. They want to have the same lifestyle, the same editing. They want to feel understood when they talk to you, have the same credibility, value, story, everything. So I think this is answering both questions, kind of, because I also had 2 ICPs and I'm still working with both. Like I don't cancel anyone, but I'm focusing my marketing more on freelance and like what people telling me, as I said to you before. Like I started doing videos like, how you can start your first coaching business. That was my messaging for like some days. And then I realized like that's not what people think they need. They think they need a personal brand, and it's also important. So now I always use their words. I use their terms of personal brand. I focus more on freelance, and the problem there was they don't have a big pain because they're making good money and stuff. But then I need to dig more into the pain of like, okay, you have money, you're working a lot, but as you said, you're still doing everything yourself, and you don't have freedom. You want to have freedom, all this stuff. So it's a lot of everything is somehow combined, and so I still have coaches that I'm working with. For example, also Mona, there was the messaging a little bit different, but it's working both. But obviously, I spoke very much into your thing. So you told me also the new VSL that I did, it's not somehow relating to you. And that's on purpose because I just saw, okay, more people are having the freelance stuff, but that doesn't mean that it's not working still to work with 2 types. But in the long term, it's better to have 1 ICP. You need to have an enemy somehow. Like this is another thing, but this is relating to that because obviously when you say something, for example, I say a lot of, you're stuck in client work, and Mona, which is more a coach, that's pushing her away because she doesn't relate too much onto that. So in the long term, you're pushing people away, but you're speaking way more to those people. And also, for example, do you guys know Shelby? She's like a very big female sales trainer, one of the biggest right now. And she also has very clear one enemy, like marrying a rich man. And she really wants to be independent and all this kind of stuff. So she really has an enemy of like 9 to 5 and marrying a rich man and many more things. So she's pushing away a lot of people that still like this, but she's also picking up on the thing which is working so well on the whole world right now, this whole feminism movement. And so it's really important that you just, of course, you won't speak to everyone then. It's like, same as I had with the content. My reach went down, which seems like a sacrifice, but in a long term, which means a month maybe, it will, it's way better. Is everything clear? All right. So we have, another thing is, if I come back to the high ticket thing, which is a very, very big advantage as well, is you generate a huge client LTV, which means lifetime value. And it's way easier to sell to a client which already had results, which knows you, than to sell to a complete new person. Of course, you want to do both, but if you're really delivering great results, people will buy all over again, and it's way easier. And this is what you can deliver when you charge high ticket, because you can, give time to them. But we have a challenge, as you said. If we want to do high ticket, people really need to see the value why they're paying you a lot of money. And what people used to do is cold outreach, convincing people and chasing. And I did the same. I did 1,000 cold calls. I called people. Everyone said, no, I'm not interested, which is normal for cold calls. But I still felt so stupid, like, because I felt my self-worth so down, nobody wants to work with me. But this is how most people, like the big coaches, are telling you. Text people on Instagram, do cold outreach, call people and annoy them. And then even if they want somehow do something, you need to convince them, be very great at sales. But I just didn't feel that I want to do this. Like I don't want to convince anyone. Like I don't want to convince people that I'm worth enough. I want that people value me, see my value, and that they convince themselves. So this was the main mission. And first of all, any one of you guys had some experience with cold outreach? Okay, how was it?
Sucks.
Okay, anyone does like it?
I think I lost more time and money than I earned, because I made, for example, also cold mailing, and some German guys, I don't know what it's called in English, Abmahnung. Yeah, I just had to pay money because it was kind of illegal what I did. So yeah, it was not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's super illegal in Germany, right?
For B2C, yeah. But I mean, everyone's aware, especially nowadays, everyone's aware of like you're doing outreach. And if you call someone, like they don't even like you can't even speak to the boss because they already know what you want. Like they know all the tricks. So you can do it. People scale with that. Like nothing is wrong. That's also a very important thing. You can do everything. Like it's not the only solution, but that's what's just working for me, which feels the most easy and genuine. And which is also relating to all your values, freedom, and not proving yourself. So there are many ways. Like I don't want to tell you guys this is the only thing that is working, but this is a pretty good thing. And okay, what's the solution on that? As I said, attract one ICP, build trust, and let them convince themselves, and then they show up almost 80% sold. So I think like you guys both are a good example, because I never did any objection handling or something. You saw me in 24 hours you bought. You also never texted me. I didn't do any stuff. You just, like tell me about that. How was your thought process behind that?
Ronja told me about you, and I looked at your content, and I really felt stuck in this time, and I was like, okay, I need some help. I need some like perspective from the outside. And I looked, I watched your video on YouTube, and I think I wrote you like, can we talk or something? And you said yes. And then,
no convincing, right?
And then we talked about it.
Yeah, and for Mona?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same. Like I think when I saw the YouTube video, I was actually already convinced. Like before we even talked, which is insane. But then I think like when we had the first talk, after that, I remember like telling a friend like, wow, he's so good at like convincing me. Like
without doing it.
Actually convincing, but like just the questions you asked.
That you're convincing yourselves.
Yes, and like the questions you asked were like so on point. So after that, I was like, I'm just gonna do it.
Okay, that's good. That's good because that's what we want to do. That like we don't need to be the guru and being salesy, not in the content, not in the sales part. That people seeing your value and want to work with you. So I'm going more into that. But this is pretty interesting to see because normally I would say the whole sales cycle is around, maybe it can be 2 weeks, it can be 1 month, it could even be 6 months. For example, I also bought 2 each 10K products, and my sales cycle that I bought into that person was, for one person was 6 months, for another person was I think 3 or 4 months. So normally it can be that the cycle is a little bit longer, but then it's way easier. So we're playing more the long-term game. But as you can see, it's also working after, I don't know, like 1 day. So it's crazy. It's not the normal case. I won't sugarcoat like that, but it's, yeah, it can happen as well. Okay, so how can we actually do it? Like we spoke a lot about the things we need, and you see that everything is related, and I will come back to that. But how can we actually do it? So how many of you guys already know what's like how does an ecosystem look like? What's the ecosystem? You guys know about it? Like maybe raise your hand who knows what's ecosystem for social media?
Social media ecosystem?
Yeah. You guys know? Raise your hand if you know. Okay, crazy. Okay, crazy. I thought it's more people. So yeah, I mean, we probably someone know it, but I will go into that. So very simple said, we have 4 stages of that someone is seeing you and someone is buying a new client. We have stage 1, which is Instagram, mostly for us guys, which is the attention. Like people just opt in and people see you. That's the attention. That's the first part. The second part is YouTube, and there you can go more into authority and value. You don't necessarily need to do it, but it's a pretty good thing. But I will come back to that. Stage 3 is stories, which is more for daily nurturing and trust building. It's a very, very crazy tool. Like actually, I think I sold everything through my stories. Like this was the first touch point. Like the first touch point is attention, and then there's a cycle. But as I told you, stories are very important because I always see it like, okay, every story you do is adding 1% on trust. So if you post every day, you have a lot of trust. And stage 4 is setting, which is like DM setting, texting with people, which is also like doing all of this, but mainly the part you said about connection. I think you told me that, right? Connection, that we are connected, right? Okay, I think I texted you, and you, right? And some of you guys reach out to me. So this is also the same case, just inbound. But this is a really important part. I will also go into that, but real quick. Now let me go into that later. First of all, the complete flow is the whole customer journey that we have. Is the first part is the discovery. This is where the awareness begins. So they're thinking something like, okay, he's living the lifestyle that I want. He has similar values and energy. Feels like he's one of us. And just let me follow him. He seems real. Like this is the first thing. Like following someone is not that big of a thing. So this is the first impression, the attention part on Instagram. This is the first discovery. Then we have the initial connection, which is, wait, bro, he just messaged me. Like some guys of you think like, you also told me you followed me and then at some point you followed again and I messaged you, right? What did you think like in that moment?
What did I think? First of all, I think, okay, he wants to sell me something.
Okay, you're very deep into that because you're a salesperson. But yeah, but you're still here, right?
Yes, I am.
So even if people know that you want to sell something, most of them won't know it, but even if they know, it's still working. Did you also think that I want to sell you something?
Not necessarily. I saw your story. I think I sent you a message first, and then you did nothing about it, and then you kind of like warmed it back up again.
Yeah.
I think if you hadn't sent that message a week later, I probably wouldn't have gone back and signed up.
Yeah. See.
Do you think that that's sometimes not the case, that people don't think that you want to sell them? Like for me, that's kind of always the case.
If someone texting you, right?
No, so if you text, like if I follow you and you text me right away, I immediately think as well, like,
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
Do you think some people don't think that?
Yeah, a lot of people don't think that, but let's say, especially if you're in a marketing thing, selling something on marketing, people somehow could know it. But as I told you, they're still texting you back because they like you and they want to see how it's going. And even if they don't text you back, we want to do it in a smart way. As I told you, we don't want to be the guru who's selling stuff. So I will never text you like, hey bro, thanks for the follow. What are you interested in? Because then obviously like, bro, what does he want? What I'm doing to don't be too salesy is either trying to get inbound leads, as you told me, like you guys just relating with stuff and texting me. And then I'm writing back and forth like, oh, you're in Bali and this and that. Or I do the part because then I have more control. And for example, what I'm always doing, which doesn't seem so salesy, I go to a story or a highlight of this person and I see which is cool, which I can relate to. And then I'll ask you, yo, this is cool. Are you also in Bali? Which is your favorite place? And then people don't feel like, they feel like, okay, you're interested in. And then people are answering, you're answering 2 or 3 questions back and forth, and then you can slowly transition into, by the way, what are you doing for business? And then you don't have the salesy approach. This is the whole difference.
Do you make your setter DM every single follow?
Not every single, but every single qualified one. Yeah. So as you see, I'm not going into and telling you like, yo, buy this program. I'm selling a course. I'm not selling a course, but yeah, I'm not a typical guru. I'm just like a guy who's generally interested in what you're doing. And then there's the part. Then you feel okay. Wait, he actually texted me. It's cool. He seems like a cool guy. And then it's deepening interest. So then you see more reels and maybe stories and long form content. And you think like, oh, his stories are inspiring, as you guys see, but it's also relatable. Like it's everything that you guys told me, right? And then they're thinking something like, he really seems to have it figured out. The more I watch them, the more I see the real depth behind his success. Because first, maybe you see a viral video of mine, where I told you about like this lifestyle and that. But then you see more videos, which probably have less reach, but where I tell you more about my values or more about my stories or have relatability in there. So this is also, we have, I think you guys probably know, we have top of funnel, middle of funnel, and bottom of funnel. And you always want to have everything, but this is, as I told you, where it's coming the interest. Middle of funnel could also be reels, like which are more going into values or something, but also stories, YouTube. And bottom of funnel is things that are conversion optimized, for example, having a CTA or the appointment setting, more YouTube videos, stuff like this. So the next stage, as you see, there are a lot of stages. Next stage is trying to apply it themselves. Then you think, okay, what he's telling, it looks great, it makes sense. Let me try doing what he mentioned in that video. So in the stories, in some reels, in YouTube, you can go a little bit more middle and bottom of funnel, which means not only the flashy lifestyle stuff, but also the things you guys telling me what you need. So for example, doing a video, how you can get reach, how you can build trust, how you can authority, messaging. So I catch you guys with this, but then later, this is what you think you need, or maybe you already need. And then I will explain this. And then you try to apply it yourself. You think, okay, it's like, this was a nice idea. I tried this, maybe I told my client about it, and they also thought it's cool, but like it's not quite working for me yet the same as it's working for him. So I see it's valuable, but not everything is working out. How does he make it look so effortless? The next phase is growing frustration and recognition. So they're thinking something like, okay, he keeps talking exactly about what I'm struggling with. As you said, like I had like probably every single word was something which you could relate to. Yeah, relate. It's like he's in my head. Maybe I need to real guidance instead of just trying it alone. And also in your free time, like I'm literally in your head, because I think you also told me, like if it's okay, like you told your mom about my video and stuff, right? Well, that's super cool. I like that. That's cool to hear. But like it's going into your head. Maybe you even dream about some things that I said or something. No homo. Yeah, it's just in your head, and you think on it. Then you apply something, and you see, okay, this was valuable. It's working, and you build trust, as you said, trust. And then we have re-engagement and trust. So I might message you again, and you think something like, okay, he messaged me again, and sent like one video, feature video, for example, that hit my exact pain point. Wow, he really understands where I'm at, even better than myself. And this feels personal. I want to learn more. Because in the whole time, you're still seeing reels which are relatable. You're still seeing some YouTube videos which build immense trust. Sometimes I'm texting with you, so you also have the personal connection. And you see that I understand you, that I was in your situation, as you told me, right? Because we can relate a lot, because I was a videographer as well. So yeah. Then we have the pre-decision phase, which is everything he shares makes total sense. I'm already learning so much for free. Imagine what I would get inside his program. And then, okay, I would just book a call. I trust this. I think, who has booked a call with me already? I think you and you, right? What did you guys think in the first place when you booked the call? Did you already think you will buy something, or what was the thought process?
I thought like, I'm just gonna like hear what he's going to tell me, and if I like can, if I'm after that, if I'm like sure he can help me, I'm definitely gonna do it.
Okay, so you just thought just like, I will just book and see, right?
Yeah.
And for you? Yeah. And that's also important that you not seem like, okay, book a call and we do a strategy and this and blah. It's like the typical phrases. Just say like, bro, if you want, you can book a call. I will give you some value and then you can see stuff like that. Just be chill. And yeah, then we have warm up before the call. Now it gets very interesting because we have the warm up before the call. So the guys might thinking something like, okay, he sent even more videos. He knows the exact journey that I'm on and already helped himself and others. And I feel prepared and understood already. This might actually be the turning point for me. I notice how his strategy is even working, even works on myself. I want that too. And how we do this is we have, before they booking a call, obviously they're watching long form content, stories, and some YouTube videos. And even then, like they already saw so much stuff. And you know, watching a YouTube video, like they're sitting down on purpose and not like seeing a random reel. So that means they want something. And you already saw a lot of videos, and then as soon as you book a call, what I did now is I have a page where you choose your time, and also before you see a video as well, which is targeting your exact same pain points, that you get warmed up even more. And even as soon as you book the call, there's another video which is going a little bit more in depth about how I can help you. So a little bit more on this is the journey that you already understood this system roughly. So and this all is already doing sales. Normally, you know, you should do this all in your sales calls. You need to explain your program. You need to explain your story. And like at that point, people already watched your content in total minimum 10 minutes, but probably even 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, even more. And like you don't have this time in a sales call. So you like, and people don't even get to the sales calls because they're not warmed up. So we just bridging the gap and doing all this warm up in the short form, stories, long form, and even after booking. And then we have the call and they're thinking, okay, actually I don't have questions anymore. Let's do it. It was cool to speak with him in person because you already, even if you have some cool content, some followers, you might think you might have this a little bit like credibility, fan effect, and you're thinking like, okay, now talking with him personally, it's cool. And yeah, any questions?
If you don't close on the call, how long do you leave it before you message them?
Yeah, first it's really important that you don't try to get everyone on the call. So really like do the appointment setting later, I will go into that, but really see if they're ready, do all this trust building as I told you. But when they book a call, of course not everyone will buy into your program. So your question is, if they say no, what are you doing, right?
Yeah.
So first of all, of course, you still can do objection handling, but I wouldn't do it like, yeah, but my program is so good and this and that. I want to just, like Naki is telling a lot about that later, so I won't go too deep into it, but you can just ask questions. You can ask questions to try to convince themselves again and see the fear behind that. Because they're always telling you, yeah, I don't have the money, whatever, but that's never the real objection. The real objection is something behind that, but I will leave that for Naki, and it's a lot of stuff he's talking about that. But to your real question, okay, you tried everything and they don't bought into your program. What you can do there is you keep them warm. Like you don't pressure them, you say, all good, take your time, all good. And then you just keep on, like maybe if they're still deciding, I mean, it's important to set it a frame that you say, okay, I only work with people that execute. You can take your time, but normally people won't come back. So for me, this like, for now, I know I don't want to work with you. Feel free to reach out whenever. And then you also have a good frame and like authority frame. And then you can again, of course, like at some point text them, yo, bro, you taught me about, you want to post your first educational videos. How's that going? And then they feel, okay, he's not mad at me, you know, and they're seeing more content, you're speaking more to their problems and everything, and they know you're not mad at them, you text them again, you warm them up, and for the time, it's depending. Just, they will come back probably to themselves if you already, like, again, text with them. Is that answering your question? Great. So I would just follow up, like maybe after the call, say, okay, it was great to have a talk with you. Feel free to reach out. Just say that you're cool. And also like 1 week after, ask how it's going. Maybe send them a video at some point, which is really relating to their pain point. And say, bro, I just made a video, which is literally made for you. Look into it. And they will see the content, the stories. At some point, they will buy. So we have the after booking page, which is a kind of landing page, booking page. So after that, I would also, like, not even like maybe not everyone is watching those videos. I would also add a text like, okay, your call isn't booked yet. Watch this video. But yeah, even though I would still send them videos personally. So after they book a call, what I would do is text them, but also personally again. Like, because otherwise you're still again a salesperson. Like, yo, you booked a call. What do you want to learn? I don't know. So what you want to text them is just like, hey, bro, I saw you booked a call. Nice. How was your week? Or maybe they texted you some days before that they're flying to Spain, and you ask them, bro, you're already in Spain. How is it there? So you also do the personal connection again, that you don't seem like a sales guy. Thank you. And then after they replied, 1-2 messages, then you can send another video, or maybe a document that you have, whatever, but in the best case, a video, which is also relating to the exact thing they told you on their Calendly questions. So I also have, like, when someone's booking a call, I have questions so I can qualify them, and I can see what is their exact pain point and all this kind of stuff. And then I can send them a specific video, like a really short specific video to that specific same pain point, and also say, bro, this is literally made for you. Really watch this. Also, you can follow up, ask if they watch it, because it's really, really important to warm them up.
Like, how often you like post CTA to like this mastermind or
yeah. It's funny because actually this mastermind, I posted 2 stories in one post. I posted 1 random swipe post and 2 stories. And even I think Komaro, right? You said like you didn't even notice that I'm doing this mastermind. And this is just the power of your personal brand. If you don't need to sell that much, if you just, because people trust you, because you don't seem like the sales guy, and people think it's just cool. And this is what I try to do and what's working out, as you see. So I just made a chill story, promoted it once, twice on my story, and it was like sold out. And then even like, normally like 10 people would be here, now we're 17. So I even added more spots. So we want to get to the point that you don't need to do call to actions. Like I think the last 4 months, I did maybe 3 or 4 call to actions. Like as I told you, it's all the invisible system because I reach out to my warm leads, for example, but I will go into that later. So in the best case, you don't do much, but still, if you want to have control, I would do not too much. I would do 1 hard call to action maximum a week, which is more like something. Okay, I'm like go into a pain point or desire, say the solution, and then say, okay, I'm searching for 3 people that want to have this and that right now, something like that. But there are many creative strategies how you can do it. This is a hard call to action, but we also have a soft call to action, which is also going into a problem, whatever. And then if you want to have a full guide on how to build trust for your personal brand, text me Freedom and I will send you the video. And then you still have the lead because they texted you and you can text with them and have the control. I would do this also once a week. But what's more important, I would do every week. I will also come to that in a second, but I would post stories almost every day. But let me come to that later. So first, Instagram's job is get ICP attention and using data and not random posts. So it's speak to their exact pains and desires, use their words from your data and make them think this is literally me. For the content, you should find a balance there. Do some content about documenting your journey, share your values, provide practical value, and show attraction, lifestyle, relatability. So I would see that somehow every post is relating to one of those topics, and you have a good balance. But it's also depending for if you have more B2B clients, which are just business owners, they are very logical, so you need to go more into educational things there. But if you go a little bit more into B2C, I would do more storytelling and this kind of stuff. So for stories, as I told you, we have 5 types of stories. The first one is a pain point story. So you call out a specific struggle of them. That can be a huge struggle of like, okay, you work for clients, but you want to have your freedom business. But that can also be a small struggle. For example, bro, I'm putting so much time into my content, and yeah, it's just unnecessarily. Like can go in very many different struggles, or I can't manage my time. So try to vary that. Another story is about dream or desire, like show what's possible, more into the lifestyle, so lifestyle, also story. So you can go into one dream that your client have. For example, your dream is to grow a personal brand, very broad set, and there are many different specific desires as well. Another story should be about an objection, so address their doubts. So your fears, for example, is you don't want to be a sales guy, you don't want to give up your freedom, or maybe you don't even have freedom right now. So I would really do a story about your this is more like the fear, is more like the pain, but also after that there is an objection. Why do you think you can't reach your goal? Okay, so your objection is you're not qualified enough, right? Yeah, like, or it doesn't seem qualified enough, let's say like that. So yeah, for example, right now I could do a story if I heard that often, and I heard it often that people think they're not qualified. Also right now, you told me, that's also for a sales call. You told me, okay, I need reach, but the real objection is at the end that people don't think you're qualified enough. So always ask and try to find out the real objection. So I could make a story right now about, okay, why you're already qualified enough, even though you don't have reach, for example. And then go in depth about, okay, look at your journey 1-2 years ago. Could you help transform your past self? Also, you have client testimonials and going into mindset, all this kind of stuff. So yeah, I would make a story about that. Another type of story that you should do weekly is personal story, a vulnerable moment. So also you said, like here, we say story, relatability story. We have a lot of stories, so I would really use storytelling. We will also go into that later, but we would do storytelling about one personal story. And this could be the whole story of you, like the typical, I left everything behind, canceled my apartment, now I'm in Bali, this shit. But I won't always do only the same. You can also do a specific story. For example, I was struggling with, like I could do everything, but yeah, you can go into fears, but also into desires. But I could make a story about my process about, okay, I thought going viral is a solution, then I realized this, and then I tried this, and this was the solution, and this is the outcome. Like this is the whole story. And the last story you can do weekly is social proof. So share own wins or client wins. That means we also have here credibility. So I would really try to share. You don't need to do it all the time because I'm also not doing it too often. But it's important that it's subconsciously they see, okay, you're having clients, they have results, you have results. So some kind of credibility. And credibility also could mean, for example, your followers, or for example, for me, just Iman Ghazi's brand reached out to me, which is also giving me credibility of like, okay, if people like him reach out to me and offer me a collab, this is also showing that I'm capable of doing things. So you can use credibility in a lot of things. Also that maybe you're living in a villa in Bali shows also somehow, and probably people think that's expensive and that you can afford this. So you can also show it subconsciously in many different ways. So as I told you, pain point, dream, objection, personal story, and social proof. That means we have for every day one purpose. And you don't always need to do it very salesy. You can also make a talking video. You can make it very funny, whatever. But there should be behind, subconsciously, there should be a purpose. And for the weekend, we have 2 days left. You can do some random stuff, like some funny stuff. Post your food if you want, I don't know, but like no one wants to see that, but you can post it. Like just that that people see you're a normal guy. Okay, any questions on stories? All right, perfect. So now we come into YouTube. What are you guys thinking of YouTube? Do you want to do YouTube? You don't want to do it? What are you thinking?
I think it's very powerful because the views are more valuable there. But for me personally, I don't know when the best time is because I haven't even mastered short form yet. So I don't even know if it's a good thing to start with long form if I don't even know how to keep the people in short form videos. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me ask you this. Just imagine I would have said the same as you. Okay, I mean I have short form videos of course, but I could still say okay, I don't know, I want to do anything first, and I would never have posted the videos. What would happen? Like
work.
Yeah. Also, my videos mostly, they don't have much views, like 300 to maybe 2K views. But it's worth way more, the views on YouTube, than on Instagram. Because on Instagram, they just scroll past your post. They see it, not even on purpose. But on YouTube, if one single person, like her, even if I just have one view, but she's watching it and seeing, okay, he's talking about the exact stuff, then the video already has a return on invest. So even if you just have 10 fucking views, doesn't matter. Is that answering your question?
Yeah, I think so. And I also didn't have a good system in the past to post consistently on IG. So I first wanted to be consistent there and to get at least, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos per week out there, and then start YouTube, because I thought if I do too much at the same time, then nothing really works. So that was also a thing.
Yeah, I get you. So, of course it's good to post consistently, no question. But the first thing you should do is just have 9 posts online, that your feed is just filled up. And you can also start today, post again 9 videos, which is relating, as I said, to things that people are telling you, showing your lifestyle, having this balance. But it's important to have 9 different posts online. This is, for now, this is enough. I would go more on the focus for stories and setting. Like, of course, it's important to be consistent, but if you can't really make it, like this is the stories. This is a way better leverage to use this instead of posting more. Because of course, posting will give you reach and it's important, but if you already have some posts online, this is just like your landing page. You can think this is your landing page that people come to. So this is, for now, it's enough. And then you can use this to build trust and convert people and also get them into YouTube. And for the thing of, you don't need to be a YouTuber also. Like, you don't need to be a consistent posting every day on or every week on YouTube. You don't need to have the highest quality. The main thing I would do is just post one kind of VSL video, it's a video sales letter, which is subconsciously going into all the desires, pain points, objections they have. This is the only single video that I would create. And this is what I told you about. This single video made me 30K. Because only, like, I had one YouTube video online and some German vlogs, but I won't count that. So I had like only this one video made me 30K because it was specific to my audience pain points, and I didn't even make like a lot of videos. Even now I have 3 videos online. So it's not that important. It's good to be consistent, of course, but it's not necessarily. It's more about stories and setting and having the VSL set up. And then afterwards you can create more short videos about specific struggles. But also don't overcomplicate recording this video. I know a lot of people are struggling with perfectionism, and I was the same. But to be honest, like, this is the main thing that I've learned on my whole journey. I'm overthinking a lot and I have a lot of perfectionism. But the main thing is you should execute anyway. Like, only because you have a fear doesn't mean you don't need to execute. Like, every single post that I posted on my Instagram, I didn't feel comfortable with it. I didn't like, really, I can tell you, like, I think there wasn't a single time where I thought this video is perfect. But if I just think, okay, it's not perfect, I will first create another video, then I wouldn't be here. Then nothing would happen, then I wouldn't have followers, I wouldn't have brand deals, I wouldn't have money, I wouldn't have you guys here. And this is the main thing what people are missing. Like, they have, like, everyone is struggling with perfectionism, with fears. Like, this is the main thing, and that's also Naki talking about this, because this is the biggest leverage. It's not even your business, it's the inner world. But yeah, just execute. That's the main thing, actually. Like we could end this mastermind today, and I just, like, of course knowledge is good, and I love to be curious, I love to consume a lot of knowledge, I love it so much. But at some point you don't really need more knowledge, you just need to execute, fail, and learn. And this is also knowledge, this is real knowledge. You can consume so much theory as you want, buy into so many courses, but if you don't execute, you never have real learnings out of that.